Let's go hunt some weeds. I need to look and see the difference between the plants that belong here and the plants that don't belong here. I'll show you what we got here. Okay, I've got 3 different seedlings here. On my right, maybe that's your left, over here, I've got the seedling that belongs there. We put in creeping forget-me-not, and we want those seedlings to fill in the spaces. And next to it, I've got a creeping speedwell. This is a weed Veronica. And this one right here is a little bit of the bittercress that's coming up. And you need to learn to look for the differences in the leaves, the colors, the shape of the leaf, to know which ones you want to keep. Weeds. A bunch of winter weeds that germinated last fall, and some grass that got in here. This is the kind of stuff that I can just scrape off to break it away from its roots. So I'm just going to scrape it, and I'll pop up the grass. So that's a perennial. This is all chickweed, by the way. So if it was a sunnier day, it would be blooming. Ooh, that was a little bit of henbit. Chickweed, henbit, and then this one is a dandelion. I'm going to put the point in and make sure I get more root on that one. And that and the grass are going to go out of here. Perennials out. Didn't have enough mulch to cover this. I'm going to use this newspaper. They're great for this. I'm just going to cover it up. Because that lets me use a little less mulch here. And then I'm going to rake up some of my extra mulch that I've got over here, because we've been smothering over here. So this is a very thick mulch here, probably still 3 to 4 inches thick. This way I can use less mulch to cover a bigger area. And I know I've cut the light away from those weeds that are underneath. So this whole area was bishop's weed, snow on the mountain, and we're not having that. It gets into everything else. I dug it out last year, all of it, and now I'm patrolling the area looking for the pieces I missed, because there's always pieces of root that are left in there. So here they are trying to come up. I'm going to put the fork in, and I'm going to bounce the area to loosen it. And when I see the plant coming up with the soil, then I know I've probably got enough that I've gotten the root too, so I can work in there and see what I got. So here's what I missed. And probably what was there last year was right up to about here where it's pink. And then this is all new growth this year. Now if I take this out of here now, I can get it out, I can get the whole thing out. They're all just remnants of they're the outer edge roots that broke off when I was digging other things out. Then I'm going to be way ahead of this game. If I leave these in here, by the time I come back in a month, they'll each have another 4 inches of root with 3 more tops coming up. This bed we've been lowering, because it was way too high, and keeping the sweet woodruff ground cover, but it's had a lot of thistle in it, you can see, and I've worked hard on pulling the thistle out, digging it out, and then coming back and taking it out. But there's still some pieces left. You can see little pieces here, and here, and there, and I'm not just going to pluck the tops this time of year. So when I first moved the soil here, the soil moved up and the weed didn't move. See? Weed stays put. Means your fork's not in deep enough or close enough. Put it in deeper. And then, see, now the weed is coming up, not just the soil. I'm going to get a good piece of root out of there. And set the plant back a lot further than if I just take the top off. We have made a squirrel very angry.
Yeah.
Oh, and bonus, I'm going to get a second one that wasn't all the way up yet. There we go. See what I missed last year? When I was taking out another one, I left that little bit of root. This is all this year's growth. That's a good one. My gloves are a good background for this weed, but I want you to know you should not wear these gloves. Don't make a habit of wearing these gloves that encase your fingers in plastic. Your fingers need to breathe, especially your nails. You're going to get fungus under your fingernails if you wear these gloves all the time. But on a wet day, good thing to have.